everyone, so today we are going to discuss about the thermal equilibrium. Now, what is mean by the thermal equilibrium? When the question asks what is the thermal equilibrium, it must have this point, which is first is two objects comes to thermal contact. So this is the first point. The second point, what you must write is heat transfer between the two objects. And the last one, there must be a heat transfer in both direction. So here is the specification of the thermal equilibrium. So when the question asks what is a thermal equilibrium, so you must write these 3 points. It must have these 3 points. It's a compulsory. So when it comes to the thermal equilibrium, it says you have two objects. So we draw here the two objects. And then we assume that one of this object is a hot object. I assume from my left side is a hot object, and my right side is a cool object. So you must remember, thermal equilibrium, when it comes to the heat transfer, it must transfer from the hot to the cool and the cool in the hot. So heat transfer in both direction. Here, from the hot to the cool, it must transfer a huge amount of energy. So when it comes from cool to the hot, it will transfer small amount of energy. So when it transfer from both direction, at the end you will see that in two objects that we have the same temperature. Now, moving on to the example. To make you see the clear, so I make an example. So the two objects, I assume this is A and this is B. So A is a hot temperature, which is, I put here is 100 degrees Celsius, and for the B is a cool, which is 0 degrees Celsius. So when it comes to the heat transfer, 100 degrees Celsius is release the energy, and the 0 degrees Celsius will absorb the energy. So when heat transfer in both direction, at the end it will become same. So here A and B, they will have the same temperature, which is A have 50 degrees Celsius and B is 50 degrees Celsius. This is what it will look like in a thermal equilibrium. So as a conclusion, we can write that the first point is the net heat transfer is 0, and the second one, two objects have the same temperature. Now this is the conclusion for this example. So for our next question is, what is the difference between before and after the object of A and B reach a thermal equilibrium? We go to the previous example here. A and B, after they reach the thermal equilibrium, the temperature is same. But what is the difference between before and after the thermal equilibrium? So here, for easy to you to see, I will do it in the table. So this is before, and here is after. So for the before, first point is A and B have different temperature. So as you can see here, A and B have a different temperature, which is A is 100 and B is 0. So after the temperature of A and B have a same temperature. So that was the first point. So this is for based from the point here lah. Okay, for the second one, A will lose its energy, while B will gain energy. And after, there will be no heat transfer of energy. So as you can see here, A will lose the energy because 100 degree will release the energy and B will absorb, which is gain energy. But at the end, A and B, there will be no heat transfer of energy because they have a same temperature. So and the last point is energy transfer at high rate. Energy transfer at high rate from A to B. But here there will be an equal rate from A and B. So that is the end of our lesson of thermal equilibrium. I hope you will enjoy and understand it.